All right, so this is my 1984 Ford Ranger regular cab. It was originally a 2.9 liter V6. I've since converted it to a 3-cylinder Deutz diesel, F3L 912, air-cooled. It's a little tractor motor. I actually pulled this one out of Atlas Copco air compressor. Believe it's rated at 52 horsepower at 2,500 RPM. It's not an automotive style injection pump, so it's a set speed governor out of an air compressor. So it's a little odd driving it. The throttle response is a little different than you'd expect out of an automotive style pump, but it gets the job done. Seems to work just fine. I did have to make my own motor mounts. Actually, I pulled these mounts out of a skid steer. The rear mounts, there's a mount on each corner. So the rear mounts I made from scratch out of some C-channel, and then the front two mounts are welded to a piece of 1/4-inch plate that forms sort of a cross member across the front of the motor, and then bolts down to each frame rail through some big rubber isolators. The alternator is also out of a skid steer. I think it's a 12 amp or something like that. This truck gets about 45 miles a gallon. It's the main reason I did this swap, just for the fuel economy. Yeah. Flex pipe exhaust. Electric vacuum pump out of an F350. It creates enough suction to power the brakes, but it takes a while to build up. So if you let it run for about 30 seconds at a time, you'll get enough vacuum built up to get 3 or 4 good pumps out of the brake pedal. And then after that, you're kind of on your own. It's just like manual brakes. But as long as you're not constantly pumping the pedal, it seems to work just fine. Just a glass pack muffler. The exhaust was on the truck when I bought it, so I left that as is. This truck has a 5-speed transmission out of an Iveco box truck. The trans is made by Fiat. So the trans was originally bolted up to a 5-cylinder Deutz out of, I believe it was an 81 Iveco box truck. It's SA3 bolt pattern, so that trans will bolt up to any of the Deutz 912s or 913s. So that was a direct fit. The clutch pressure plate, I bought a rebuilt unit out of a Farmall tractor, and the clutch disc is out of an old Fordson diesel tractor. So it's kind of a weird conglomeration of parts, but it gets the job done. The drive shaft, or half of the drive shaft, also came out of an Iveco Z100 box truck. I split that drive shaft in half and then welded it to the original Ford Ranger drive shaft in the rear. So it's a combination of 2 drive shafts welded together with a slip yoke at the center. So that's about it. I'll fire it up. It's about 45, 50 degrees in the shop today, so it should fire up no problem. I've had this thing started down to about 10 degrees Fahrenheit, and it pops right off, no problem. So shouldn't be an issue at all starting it up today.